Hi, today we will solve one GATE question that came in the year 2008. Okay, so this question is based on the implementation of counting semaphore by using binary semaphore or mutex. Okay, so we have already studied about binary semaphore and counting semaphore, but still now we have not yet studied about the how the counting semaphore can be implemented using binary semaphore. So with this question, okay, I will explain you how these things can be done. Okay, so let me read the question first. Here you can see that what I have written, P and V operations on counting semaphore S. Okay, so P and V operations are defined for counting semaphore, and we already know about P and V operations. P means what? Wait, and V means signal. Okay, you can refer to my counting semaphore video, and there I have explained everything. Fine. So here the nothing news there. The same actually it's a definition of counting semaphore is given, that what is P operation? P of S is equal to S minus 1. Okay, we know that in P operation the value of the semaphore gets decremented by 1, and if S is less than 0, then wait. If the value of the semaphore is less than 0, then the process will have to wait. Then the process will sleep and will wait in a blocking queue. Okay, and V of S, it's a signal operation on the semaphore S. S is equal to 1. So what happens in signal operation? The value of semaphore gets incremented by 1, and if S is less than 0, if S is less than equal to 0, then the process which is leaving the critical section, it will wake up the process which is already present in the blocking queue. Okay, then wake up a process waiting on S. Okay, I've already explained you all these things, so I'm not getting into the very detail of counting semaphore. And here you see P subscript B is wait, and V subscript B is signal operations on binary semaphore. Here PB and VB are wait and signal operations on binary semaphore. Okay, and what are the binary semaphores? XB and YB. Okay, XB and YB are the binary semaphores. Okay, these are binary semaphores. Fine. And here it is written, XP and YB are used to implement PS and VS as follows. So here with this binary semaphores, we will implement counting semaphore. Okay, actually S is a counting semaphore. Fine. Okay, S is a counting semaphore. So let's see how the counting semaphore can be implemented using binary semaphore. Here you see the code is written for P of S and V of S. The counting semaphore code is written, and here you can see that in P of S what I have written, PB of XB. So here you see PB is a wait operation on binary semaphore XB, and okay, and here you can see VB. VB is a signal operation on binary semaphore XB. Fine. So here you can see the whole code. Okay, just copy it down. And in the question, what they have asked, they have asked the initial value of XB and YB. What can be the initial value of XB and YB? Okay, so let's solve this question. Fine. So here you can see that what is the function of binary semaphore or mutex? It provides mutual exclusion. Fine. And in counting semaphore, more than one processes can enter the critical section at the same time. Okay. So let's see what can be the initial value of XB and and YB. Okay. So suppose the value of the counting semaphore S is 3. Fine. The value of the counting semaphore S is 3. Okay. So now, suppose there are 5 processes P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. These 5 processes want to enter into the critical section. So, this is the entry code, okay, and this is the exit code. Fine. So, here in case of counting semaphore, we already know that if this if condition is true, then the process will be blocked. So if the if condition is false, then the process will get the entry inside the critical section. So same here. If this is if condition, if s less than 0, if this condition is true, then the process will get blocked. Okay, we will see how. So here definitely we will not start with xb equal to 0. Why? Because if you start with xb equal to 0, and moreover pp is a binary semaphore. So we already know that if the binary semaphore value is 0, then the process can't get the entry inside the critical section. So definitely the value of xb must have to be 1. Okay. So here the value of xb must have to be 1 in order to get the entry inside the critical section. Okay. So now what will happen, you see, it's a PB. Okay. It's a wait operation on the binary semaphore. So what it will do, since the value is 1, so now the process, suppose this P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 wants to enter, suppose P1 tries. Okay. So since the value is 1, so now initially P1 was executing this line. Okay. Since the value is 1, so everything is fine. So now P1 will come here. So now P1 will come here, thereby making the value of xb as 0. Okay. So now you see at this time, so here is P1. Okay. So at this time, if process P2 tries to enter into the critical section, it will fail. Why? Because the value of xb is 0. That's why. xb is a binary semaphore, and if the value of binary semaphore is 0, then process can't get entry. It will be denied. Fine. So initial value of xb was 1. Okay. Initial value of xb was 1. Now it has become 0, and now P1 has come here. Okay. So if P2 wants to execute this code, P2 will fail. Why? Because the value of xb is 0. Fine. So now P1 will try to run this code. S is equal to s minus 1. Okay, s is equal to s minus 1. So it means what? Here you can see that the semaphore value is 3, and I have already told you, in case of counting semaphore, the positive value indicates how many processes can enter into the critical section. Okay. So if the value of the semaphore is 3, so now the process P1 can enter into the critical section. Before entering into the critical section, what P1 will do? P1 will execute this line. It will make it as 2. So 3 will become 2. S is equal to s minus 1. Okay. And this condition will be checked. If s is less than 0, obviously not. 2 is not less than 0. So everything is fine. So now process P1 has got the entry inside the critical section. Okay. So let me write here critical section. Suppose here I am writing. Okay. So it's a critical section. Fine. It's a critical section. So now P1 has got the entry inside the critical section successfully. So from here I am removing P1. Fine. So now P1 is inside the critical section. Okay. So now P1 is inside the critical section, and it's a counting semaphore. S is a counting semaphore. So in case of counting semaphore, we want more than one processes to enter inside the critical section. So now, since P1 is already inside the critical section, okay, and also this condition is false. Okay, this condition is false. That's why P1 could enter inside the critical section. Now, other process can also get the entry inside the critical section. So since this if if condition is false, so else will be executed, else VB of XB. So now XB will again become 1, because here we are giving signal to XB using VB. Okay, V is what? V is a signal operation on binary semaphore. Okay, so now the XB value has again become 1. Okay, so now P2 will try. So P2 will definitely get P2 will so P2 will P2 will execute this code. So P2 will get success. Okay, so it will make the value of XB as 0, and now P2 will come here. Fine. You see the value of semaphore is 2. It means what? Now 2 more processes can enter inside the critical section. Fine. So P2 will decrement it by 1. S is equal to S minus 1. So 2 will become 1. Fine. And now this condition will be checked. If 1 is less than 0, no. So now, since this condition is false, so P2 will execute this line. Okay, else VB of XB. Okay, else VB of XB means what? Again the signal is given to XB, so XB has become 1 again this time. So now this time, so after executing this line, so P2 has also got the entry inside the critical section. Okay, so I am removing P2 from here because P2 has got the entry inside the critical section. Okay, so here you see the value of semaphore has become 1. So it means what? One more process can enter inside the critical section. Okay, so now and also due to this signal operation, the value of XB has become 1. So now suppose P3 wants to enter, so definitely P3 can enter. P3 will execute this line. Okay, since the value of XB is 1, so it will be again made as 0, and now P3 will come here. Fine. So S is equal to S minus 1. So P3 will execute this code. So the value of semaphore will get decremented. It was 1, so now it will get decremented to 0. Okay, so S has become 0. So now P3 will come here, and it will check this if condition. If S is less than 0, no, S is not less than 0. So everything is fine. So now P3 can enter inside the critical section. So before this, P3 will give the signal to the semaphore variable XB, so that other process can also execute this. Okay, so again, see, due to this operation, again the value of XB has become 1. Okay, and P3 has finally got the entry inside the critical section. Fine. So now here you can see that what XB is doing. XB is a binary semaphore. It is providing the mutually the mutual exclusion to the counting semaphore. Okay, I mean to say that at a time not more than one process could access this this counting semaphore S. At a time only one process can access this counting semaphore S due to this XB. Okay, how you see, initially only P1 could access this. Okay, and after that P2 could access this. It was never a case that P1 and P2 both accessed this counting semaphore at the same time. Okay, so in this way XB is providing mutual exclusion to the counting semaphore. Okay, so now till now everything is fine. The value of S was 3 and all the processes could get the entry inside the critical section. So after doing this, we are sure that the the XB must be initialized as 1. So definitely option A and option B are false. Okay, because in both these options the value of XB are 0. Okay, so what about option C and option D? Let's check. Okay, we will come to it later. So now the value of S is 0, so no more process can enter inside the critical section. Fine. So suppose if P4 tries to enter inside the critical section, so let's see what will happen. So P4 will execute this line and the value of XB is 1, so definitely P4 will get the success. So now thereby executing this PB operation on XB, P4 will make it as 0. Fine. And now P4 will come here. Okay. P4 will come here. And P4 will execute this line S is equal to S minus 1. So now the value of the semaphore become, it was 0. So now it will become minus 1. Negative value. Okay. So now you see, as I've already told you, what does the negative value indicate in case of counting semaphore? This is counting semaphore. The negative value indicates the number of blocked process. Okay. So after executing this line, P4 will check this condition. If S less than 0, if S less than 0, the value of S is minus 1. Yes, S is less than 0. And since this condition is true, so now P4 will be blocked. Okay, here you see, if this condition is true, S less than 0, then wait. So it means what? P4 will be blocked. So now P4 has, since the if condition is true, so now P4 has to execute these lines. So here you see, now P4 is here. VB of XB. Okay, VB of XB. So why this code is written here, VB of XB? Because here P4, before getting blocked, P4 is giving signal to XB. Because the XB value has become 0, that's why P4 is giving the signal to XB so that it will become 1, so that if other process wants to try, so they can execute this code successfully. Okay. Okay, I will tell you how. So now here you see, before blocking, P4 is giving signal to XB so that XB again becomes 1. Here you see XB has again become 1. And after that, P4 will execute this line. What is written? PB of YB. So we want P4 to be blocked. Okay. So definitely this YB should be 0. Okay. Because if this YB is 1, then P4 will not get blocked, because the process can be blocked only if the binary, if the semaphore value, okay, if the binary semaphore value is 0, then only the process can be blocked. Okay. So definitely we want 0 here. So surely YB should be 0. Okay. The value of YB should be 0. So let's assume the value of YB is 0. Since the value of YB is 0, so P4 is blocked here. P4 is blocked here. And since P4 is blocked here, so P4 will enter into the blocking queue. Here it's a queue. Okay. So P4 has entered into the blocking queue. Fine. So definitely option C is correct, but we will analyze the whole condition. Okay. So now P4 is blocked. Okay. And before blocking, P4 already gave a signal to XB so that if other process wants to try, they can execute this code. Okay. So now P5 wants to enter inside the critical section, and here you can see the value of S has become minus 1. It means what? One process is blocked inside the blocking queue. Here you can see that P4 is blocked. So now here the value of XB is 1. So now P4 will try, P5 will try. So P5 will run this, execute this code. Okay. So P5 will make it as 0 again. Since the value of since the value of XB is 1, so it will again become 0. Fine. So P5, after executing this code successfully, so P5 has come here. Fine. So now P5 will execute this line. S is equal to S minus 1. S is equal to S minus 1. So the value of S will get decremented. So here minus 1 will become minus 2. Fine. So after making this as minus 2, P5 will check this condition, and definitely P5 will also get blocked because the value of S is minus 2. Okay. So this condition is true. If S less than 0, this condition is true. So now what P5 will do? P5 will execute this code, VB of XB. Since this condition is true, that's why P5 is executing this code. Okay. VB of XB. Yes. VB of XP means what? Before getting blocked, P5 will give the signal to XB so that it will again become 1. Okay. So that if other process tries, so that process will successfully execute this code. Okay. So P5 has made it 1. After executing this line, so now P5 will execute this line. Since the value of YB is 0, so PB of 0. It means what? Here you see the binary semaphore value is 0, so now P5 will get blocked here. So here you see P5 has blocked. So P5 is in the blocking queue. Fine. Till now, fine, everything. So now, here you can see, that a process before getting blocked is giving a signal to the mutex variable. Okay. Why? Suppose here, if you swap this code, okay, here if you write PB, suppose PBYB, and after that if you write VBXB, then you see how dangerous it can be. You just think. Suppose a process, suppose this condition is true, so definitely a process will get blocked, and also before making this condition, before executing this code, a process definitely had executed this code, okay, and this XP was initially 1, that's why a process executed this code and made it as 0, okay, and after making it as 0, a process could execute this line and this line, okay, and since the process will get blocked, okay, so this condition is true, okay. Suppose I am talking about process P5, okay, suppose I am talking about process P5. So here what happened, when P5 wanted to enter, the value of S was 1, XB was 1, okay. So what happened, P5 made it as 0, and after that P5 executed this line, okay, and since this condition is true, so definitely P5 has to be blocked, fine. So now, since P5 have to be blocked, so P5 will enter here in the if condition, okay, and suppose if PB is written before VB here, then what will happen, here P5 will get blocked, okay, and if P5 is get blocked and the value of XB is 0, then who will give the signal to XB? Okay, nobody can give the signal to XB because at this point the processes are getting blocked, okay. So no one will give the signal to XP, then so due to this no process could execute this code successfully, this PBXP, because here you see the value of YB is 0, fine, then and moreover XP is also 0, so if P5 will execute this code, P5 will get blocked. So P5, since P5 will get blocked, so P5 will definitely, P5 will not execute this code because P5 is blocked here. So, but the execution of this code is necessary so that other process, so that this XP will become 1 and other process could execute this code successfully. Okay, that's why this VB is written before PB. Fine. Okay. So now you see here both these processes have got blocked. So now suppose if one of the process inside the critical section has completed its task, say P1 has completed its task inside the critical section. So what P1 will do? So here you see P5 got blocked, and before that it made the value of XB as 1. Okay. So actual significance of why before getting blocked a process is signaling XB and making it as 1, you will come to know now. Okay. So now suppose in the critical section, P1, P2 and P3 are there. Suppose the task of process P1 is over and it wants to come out from the critical section. Fine. Just wait. Suppose the task of P1 has completed inside the critical section. So P1 wants to come out from the critical section. So definitely P1 will run this remainder section, P1 will run this exit section code. So here you can see that before getting blocked, P5 made the value of XB as 1. Okay. So since the value of XB has become 1, so now P1 will successfully execute this exit section code. You see how P1 will run this line. Okay. Just wait. So P1 will run this line. So now, since the value of XB was 1, so after executing this line, the value of XB will become 0 this time. Fine. So now P1 will come here and P1 will run this line now. S is equal to S plus 1. Okay. So now the value of S will be incremented by 1. So now it is minus 2. So it will become minus 2 plus 1, minus 1. Okay. So after that, P1 will check this condition. Before leaving the critical section, P1 will check this condition. If there is any block process, minus 1 is less than is equal to 0. Yes, there is a block process. So now before leaving the critical section, P1 will wake that process. It will give signal VB of YB, and you see here the value of YB was 0. Okay, here the value of YB was 0. That's why the processes were getting blocked. So before coming out from the critical section, P1 will wake one process, thereby making the YB as 1. So the YB value will become 1, so that one of the process will get woken up. Okay. So P1 has made the value of YB as 1, and after that P1 will execute this line, so that again the value of XB will become 1. Okay, so that if other process wants to try, they will successfully execute this code. Okay. So and after this, P1 came out from the critical section. So the task of P1 is completely over. And since this YB has become 1, so it means what? The process P4 and P5, which got blocked here due to YB is equal to 0. So one process will get woken up, because now the value of YB is 1. Okay. And since one of the process is woken up, so now it means what? That process now can enter inside the critical section. Okay. So now suppose here P4 has got the entry inside the critical section. Okay. Fine. And still you can see that we have one more process. We have one more process, P5 is also blocked. So let's try to enter P5 also. But this time P5 will, even if P5 will try, P5 will not get the entry inside the critical section. Why? Because the value of YB was made 1. Okay. And what P4 did? P4 executed this line. P4 again made it as 0. Okay. P4 again made it as 0, and P4 got the entry inside the critical section. Fine. So now how P5 will enter into the critical section? Suppose if the task of process P2 is over. Okay. So what process P2 will do? P2 will execute this line. Okay. The value of XB has become 1. So before leaving the critical section, what P1 did? P1 executed this code, okay, VB of XB, so that the value of XB will become 1. So since the value of XB has become 1, so now P2 will execute this exit section code. So P2 will execute this line. Fine. So the value of XB will become 0. Okay. So what's wrong with my marker? Fine. So the value of so now P2 will come here. Okay. P2 will come here, thereby making the value of XB as 0. Fine. So now P2 will execute this line, S is equal to S plus 1. So definitely S is equal to S plus 1, it means what? Minus 1 will become 0. So the value of S has become 0. So now P2 will check this condition. If there is any blocked process, yes, this condition is true. It means what? 0 less than is equal to 0. There is one blocked process that is here. Why? Because the value of YB is 0. That's why this process is blocked. So now, before coming out from the critical section, P2 will wake this process, VB of YB. It means what? P2 will give signal to this, to YB. So YB will become 1. And since YB has become 1, so now P5 can enter inside the critical section. Okay. And after that, P2 will run this code. It will make the value of XB as 1 again. And now P2 came out from the critical section. The task of P2 is completely over. And since the value of YB has become 1, so therefore P5 will execute this code. P5 will make it as 0. And now P5 has successfully entered. Now P5 can successfully enter the critical section. Okay. So in this way, the whole thing will happen. Okay. So here, what is the task of XB? XB is a binary semaphore which provides mutual exclusion to the counting semaphore S. It means what? Simultaneously, not more than one process can will access the counting semaphore. And what is the value of YB? Here, YB is used to block the process. Okay. And also we can say that the process which tried to enter the critical section got blocked due to this YB, because the value of YB was 0. And how that process could enter, the block process could enter the critical section due to this operation, VB of YB. This VB will give signal to YB so that the value of YB will become 1. So now the block process will be woken up. Okay. So after analyzing the whole thing, we have come to know that the initial value of XB should be 1, so that the process can get the entry inside the critical section, thereby executing all this code, and the value of YB should be 0, so that the process may get blocked at this point. Later, it can be woken up. Okay. So C is the correct option. Okay. So this question is, although it looks difficult, but this question is not so difficult. You just watch this video 1 or 2 times, definitely you will understand. Okay. So this was all about the implementation of counting semaphore with binary semaphore. Okay. So we will solve some more questions on mutex. Okay. Thank you.